else's offense, right? Which of course he was. How much of the collaboration, how much more collaboration do you need? Are there things that, is this going to be an involvement, or do you feel like you guys just weren't, didn't put him in positions where he needed to be?
Well, I think in some instances we just didn't play well as a whole, but I think there'll be more of that as we go. There'll be more collaboration as we go of just trying to continuously put our team in the best situation. We went and played a good football team. We didn't play well in stages and in showcase. In order to win in this league, you got to play well throughout a 4-quarter football game, and we just didn't do that as a group, and we lost to a good football team. So all we can do is come back to work, try to get better at the things we didn't do so well, and just try to do what you can to win the next football game.
Byron, you've been BA's coach and now, or been his quarterback and now one of his coaches. He very publicly criticizes his players, including quarterbacks. Do you think Tom had any problem with that? And is that just, you accept that as that's BA's way?
That's kind of that's what I know of BA. Me and Tom didn't really talk about it, so obviously I don't think it was an issue. It's just this BA being BA, and all we can worry about is, get to practice, work, get better, try to fix our mistakes so we can go out there and try to win football games.
All right, next question will be from James Palmer.
Byron, a lot of this has been a learning process for you and Tom. How much did you learn in game about what you guys are good and what you guys are bad at? And then was it different when you got a chance to watch the tape and kind of evolved in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, when you watch the tape, it was some good things done. It just was, we didn't really have a lot of results. And it was the first time me and him was in a football game, our first time where it was true competition. So we learned a lot from each other. We really did learned a lot of each other. And we'll continuously learn every time we get an opportunity to go to practice and get an opportunity to get to the games. And we'll just continuously get better throughout this year. We just got to do the things that we got to do to try to find ways to win.
With Chris and his status, how does that change how you're putting the game plan together this week, or does it at all?
It does some, just because of who he is. Just like it was last week with Mike, same thing with who they are. It changes a lot. So it's something that we're looking at. We don't know anything right now, but we'll be prepared for anything.
Next question will be from Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach, what did you see from Tom when you guys got back into the building this week, and what did you see from the guys around him?
Well, what I just saw is a team that went out, lost the football game, is anxious to come back to work and try to do what you can to try to win the next one. That's what this league's about. This league's about go out every week, try to put your best effort on Sunday, regardless of the result. You got to get back here on Monday and try to start the whole week over again, start the process of trying to go out and win the next football game.
If you look statistically, Brady has lost very few consecutive games. He usually bounces back after a loss. What do you think is it about him, about his makeup, that allows him to be able to really bounce back from setbacks?
I mean, he's the best for a reason. The way that his mind worked, the way that he see the game, like I said, he's a special guy. He's a unique guy because the way he sees football. And, I don't expect nothing different from him. I expect him he's going to come in and do what he can, bring energy, bring excitement to the game, to the team, and do all the things possible for us to execute at a high level.
Next question will be from Greg Allman.
Hey, Byron, as you're prepping for the possibility that Chris isn't there on Sunday, obviously that means an even bigger role for Mike and Scotty stepping up as well. But of your depth guys at receiver, who's probably in the best position to take on a larger role to help out there?
I don't want to give specific names, but we'll put the guys in position that we think, can help us win football games, and just continuously put those guys in position to win the down. That's how I see it, regardless of who it is. We'll use that guy's skill set and their skill sets to put them in position to try to have success.
Byron, Tyler Johnson's a guy that obviously was inactive last week and missed a decent amount of camp. Is he ready to be active if you guys need him on a Sunday?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the kid had an injury that set him down pretty much all of camp, and that's tough coming in as a rookie anyway. But to not having the opportunity to go through camp, so there's some things we're still working on. But the kid's getting better. He's finally healthy, so we're seeing the things that he can bring to the table day in and day out. We're just trying to get him there.
Next will be Ed Encina.
Hi, Byron. Just wanted to see if I could get your take on just the running game last week. Obviously, you guys committed to it early. I think it was like a little bit over 3 yards a carry. But the running game and just the involvement of the running backs, obviously, they do a lot of things in the offense. What did you think about it? What maybe could you guys do better?
Yeah, we can do a lot better, really. We can be better getting the hat on the hat. We can do better. I can be better of putting, our guys in position first and foremost. So that's how I see it. I seen a lot of good things, though. We had a lot of good things there. I think Rowe ran the ball hard, extremely hard. And he's a player that, a lot of people don't. I think he's special. I think he's a unique guy that can really run the football. And he's a solid guy. He runs with power. And it was good to see some of the things he's done in the game last week. So just continuously giving everybody opportunities to make plays and be themselves and be them best selves. That's all I talk to these guys about. Just go out there and try to be your best self.
And after the game, a lot of guys talked about how quiet the atmosphere was, obviously with the crowd noise. I mean, how does that affect a play caller? And do you have to do things different, or how does it change the game? Even like hard count, stuff like that.
It was different. I mean, man, it was extremely different. Just being on the sideline, being in games before, and it was a few times me and Tom was having communication without the headset. It was crazy. It was different. It was just, it was different for a while. Once you were in game, you didn't kind of think about it. You didn't feel it, but you felt it, in between timeouts and everything. It was a different feeling, but a feeling that we got to get used to, a feeling that, that we're having right now, and we just got to deal with it.
Next will be Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Byron, BA was saying this week that, that Tom at practice didn't really translate to that same type play against the Saints. Obviously, part of it was New Orleans defense, but do you think he put maybe some added pressure on himself, being his very first game with the Bucs, really wanting to show out?
I don't know. You'll have to ask them that, to be honest with you, but I know the work that he put in all the time. I know we played a good opponent. And we didn't play well. It's not him individually. It's really a whole. Anytime you don't win, you don't do enough things to win football games. We all, that's part of all of us. So we're just going to go out there and get better this week and try to do what we can to win the football game this week. But that's all you can really do. When you win and lose in this league, it's a collective effort as a group. And we just didn't play well enough, to win.
And as you look at what works well and what doesn't work well, that second interception, is that a play that you want to maybe throw out because he was going across the field? I know there was a lot of criticism about that being a tough throw for really any quarterback.
It's tough to say. You guys get to have those opinions and say what you want on individual plays, but we'll see.
Next will be Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Byron, just wanted to get your thoughts on the play of Tristan Wirfs and how encouraging his first NFL start was against a real quality opponent.
Yeah, he faced one of the best in the league, right? He had a guy that was across from him that's an all-pro guy, and it was great to see how he responded to that. He responded to how we see him respond every day. He gets an opportunity to go against Shaq Bird and JPP every day. So he's always got iron, sharpening iron, getting better. So this kid, like I said from the get-go, this kid has came in. He's been a pro from the second he's been here, and it was good to see him do some of the good things he's done in that game.
When you look at Carolina's defense, they've lost James Bradbury. They really retooled their defensive line up front. They're really young in the secondary and young up front. I wanted to see if you could speak specifically about their first-round pick, Derek Brown, what you saw from him on tape. And I would assume there's ways you're going to try to exploit the youthfulness in the secondary on Sunday.
Well, he's a big, strong guy in there. He's a big, strong guy in there. We all know who he is. We all remember watching him at Auburn, and he's doing those type of same things here in the National Football League. As far as we're just trying to do what we can to win football games. I think that's a mistake. If you ever look at the youth of people, the youth means nothing in this league. This is the best in the world. They get an opportunity to compete. So we know how they're going to come out. They're going to come out ready, fired up with energy, ready to do what they can to try to win the football game. We got to make sure we do the same.
Next question will be from Luke Easterling.
Hey, Byron, just to go off what Scott just said a minute ago, obviously one of the big absences from that defense is Luke Kuechly. Does it at all cross your mind that maybe your job might be a little bit easier not having to face a guy specifically like that in terms of his intelligence, his instincts, the way he's able to make big plays when that guy's absent?
There's no such thing as easy in this league. You know, this is a tough league, week in and week out, down in and down out. So there's no such thing. As a coach, you don't even have the opportunity to think like that because, like I said, everybody have really good football players. He's a Hall of Fame guy, I understand, but there's still really good football players there. When you cut the tape on, you see that. So as a coach, as a player in this league, you don't even begin to think like that.
And then in terms of the run game, like Ed was saying, you guys obviously stayed committed to that. I think there were only 2 teams in the league that ran the ball more on those neutral downs than you guys did. Was that more of a general, wanting to stay committed to the run? Is that something you saw on film that maybe New Orleans was giving you that you wanted to try to exploit, or what was the reason for that?
Both. It's what we want to be. We never really want to be a drop back, throwing the ball 55, 60 times. You really don't want to do that. You want to have success in the run game, success in the passing game. You want to be as balanced as possible. So, and we're giving it to one of our better football players. We believe in Leonard. We believe in Rowe. We believe in Shade. So giving these guys the ball and putting these guys in position, we feel as though help us win football games. So we'll continuously do that with all our playmakers, with all our guys we have here. We'll just try to continue putting them in situations to be successful.
We have time for a couple more. Next, we'll go to Tom Kresnicki.
Hi, Byron. I wanted to ask you about Donovan Smith. Obviously, not his best effort last week. So sometimes it's not as bad as it looks when you go back on the film and watch it. But what did you see from the film? What's been his mindset this week? And can he correct those mistakes in pass protection?
Good thing is they're all correctable. They're all correctable. He's such a talented guy. He's such a really good football player. So these type of things happen. And when they do, these type of players get motivated by that. They go to work the next week and try to get better and try to fix those issues. But, I mean, we trust in Donovan. We know how good a football player he is. And that was just one of those games. We'll get better from it. It wasn't just him. It was us. We all didn't play our best football, and we'll try to keep working to try to get that done.
All right, last 2 questions. First will be Jenna Lane, and then we'll follow up with Rick Stroud.
Hey, Coach. Coach Arians was talking about how on the first interception, it was an option route, and it's clear that the quarterback and wide receiver, Mike Evans, didn't see things the same. They weren't on the same page. One saw cover 2, one saw quarters coverage, and obviously that impacted the way the route was run. Is the only way to kind of get past that game reps? Is it, how do you get Evans and Brady and as well as quarterback and all the receivers seeing the same things and on the same page? Is it really just a matter of just repping it out continuously in practice, more film study together? How do you fix that?
Repping it, talking about it, because every time these type of instances happen, it don't result in a bad play. Sometimes you have an opportunity where you can learn from something where it didn't really result in a bad play. I think both of those guys have learned from that. I think we'll all learn from that. It gave us a great opportunity to teach, gave me a great opportunity to teach through that play and use that play to teach through. And that's football. That's football. That always happened. Even if you had all the OTAs, you had all the summer. If you still did all that this early in the season, you're still having these type of conversations because things somehow just happen in the game. Things come up different in the game. And when they do, you try to learn through the instances and teach through it.
Last one will be from Rick Stroud.
Byron, you guys had a lot of success when you threw the ball in play action, using play action. I guess that's because they had to honor the run. But is Tom more comfortable under center, or is he equally, in the shotgun just fine?
I think he's fine with both. He's always done both, so he's really fine with both. It don't really matter to us. We're just trying to always just be in the right spot and get in position for the play and to help the play be successful.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all, Coach. Thanks.
All right, guys, have a good one.